All right, in this quick chapter, we're going to talk about how to complete a service invoice or repair order and how the job completed components play into this. All right, so this is a simple RO, one unit, one job, nothing special. We can see that it's an RO. I've converted it already. I do have some parts that have been added. They're sold, and I do need to have some labor that I put in there, but I haven't signed any technicians yet. I do know who is going to do the work. My demo employee was going to go do it. But at this point, I haven't assigned anything yet. So to complete the repair order, we need to do a couple things. First, on our parts, all parts invoices will have to be completed. So in this case, I made one with just parts in stock, but do keep in mind, which would be obvious, I couldn't complete this repair order if I didn't have the parts received yet that I special ordered to make the repairs. I mean, that just should be obvious. Once they do need to be picked up from pickup refund completely. In order, if you forget to do that, there will be a banner reminding you that. Um, so, for example, let's say I come up in here on this one and I go ahead and I take my payment, and it's going to tell me a couple things if I go to complete the sale. First, it's going to tell me that I need to assign at least one technician and that I have a repair order parts invoice still open, which is what I was just talking about, right? So let's talk about those two components. The first thing is the labor. So I click labor over here on my left-hand side, and what I need to do is I need to add a technician. And I can do that by clicking the plus sign. Now there's two variances of time clock. There's what you're seeing here, which is standard, and then there's technician time clock, which has people clocking in and out via pins per person, and we'll cover that in an upcoming chapter. Either way, what you're going to have to do is have hours worked. In this case, it was exactly zero point 0.5 hours. It's what I allocated. So I have that information there. And on my part side, I knew I needed to complete my invoice. So as again, if I have the right permissions, I can come click the complete cell checkbox icon. And at this point, I now have um, my parts invoice completed, and I do have my labor set. Now, one of the big things I think our dealers overlook here is the job completed toggle. And this really keys into sending those automated notifications to either the customer or the internal department, letting them know, hey, a job has been completed. Many times when the job gets completed, because it's not required, your technicians or service writers, whoever's responsible, does not click the completed toggle. It's not required. If I go to complete this sale, it will let me do it at this point. And what it's going to do is put the completed toggle to assume it's the same day as today. But maybe the customer is not going to pick it up for a couple days. But all the work is done. It's important that I hit completed. And what that'll do now is put this in a completed status. And just a couple things about that. When a job is completed and I go over and I look at that RO in the active invoice list, one, I can tell the job is completed because we put the C here. I also could have gone in here for this and said, hey, in this grid, I would also like to see job completed with a job completed date. Let me hide some of this other stuff up here so it's easier to see. Hide, 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 hide. All right, so we can see here, yes, the job was completed and it was completed on that date. I could change that around to that side if I wanted to. Again, we have the job completed here, so maybe we don't really need this because it's already in the job description, but I do want to see my job completed date. And this helps too when you're doing reporting and you're paying out your techs depending on how they're paid. And the pay periods, because they may get paid when the job is done, not when the customer picks it up, but none of that will show on reporting unless the job is marked as complete. So just kind of keep that in mind. All right, so we've marked our job as complete. We've set our hours. We came over here. We've taken our payment. There's not much else to do in terms of just making sure everything else is finished up. Once I do that, I can take that payment I did from my customers and I can hit complete sell. And that's the process of closing out the RO. Again, I can print it, email it, SMS to my customer, hide part numbers, hide details if I've added kits, etc. So that's the process of closing out an RO.